and working in real estate at the same time. And so just gradually, I stopped doing my exercises, and I stopped meditating, and I stopped working with this process that I was doing on a daily basis. And so gradually my energy started decreasing. My mind wasn't quite as clear, and it was just a little more difficult to do the things that I had been accomplishing with ease. So I knew I had to go back and understand what happened, why it happened, and so I did that. And it was just amazing that I started just checking into everything to find out. I thought, now there has to be somebody else in the world that understands these things. And of course I started checking into all kinds of different things and getting all kinds of information. But I knew that I kept getting that I'm supposed to share this with the world, and I had no idea how to do that. So I thought, well, I better create something else for myself. So what else do I want? And then I decided that what I wanted was someone to share my life with. And I worked with the 7 steps in the creative process, got very clear about who this person would be, and attracted my husband that was just, we were perfectly suited for each other. We were very, very happily married for 37 years. He passed away 2.5 years ago. But it was, I knew that I understood this process, and I knew that I needed to do something. I needed to be able to share this with other people. And so I put together a course that we call our core course now, and I started out with 7 people, just to do a pilot program to see if it works. If it works for me, it's got to be able to work for everybody else, and it did. And so that's how Unlimited Futures came to be, is because I put together this program, got a few friends together, we started working the process, and they were so excited about what happened for them. They shared it with their friends, and they shared it with their friends, and that's how my company, Unlimited Futures, has come to be, and has grown through the years. And as I said, we've worked with thousands of people, and so I know that we have the ability to create whatever we choose. And I know there's principles, there's laws of nature or principles of life that governs how we do that. And if we can understand those principles and work in harmony with them, we can actually create whatever we choose. And there's two parts to being able to create what we choose. As I said, we're creating whatever we experience, but most of the time we don't know how we're doing that, and we're not creating what we want specifically. So I knew that there's the developing one's ability to do that, and then there's working with the 7 steps in the creative process. And if we're overstressed, we aren't capable of actually working with those 7 steps, because we can't get our minds clear enough to know what it is we really want, and we have a really hard time actually visualizing it, and we can't get quiet and still enough to listen for intuitive guidance. But through this process that I worked with, what I've realized finally is that I had discovered this process for releasing stress, strengthening the nervous system, and that process actually is leading one to self-actualization. I realized that I was having experiences that Maslow talked about when he self-actualized people. And so I knew that I had discovered a process for actually developing self-actualization. And that there's these two parts to the process, and any of us can actually create whatever we choose. So I just want to say that you can take this knowledge, you can create whatever you choose in your life, and in addition to that, you can make a great contribution to the world, because once we understand how we're creating our own experiences, we can choose to create the life we want for ourselves. And then, of course, since we're connected, we're all connected, we're making a contribution to creating the world. And when we can begin to realize that we're all connected, we can start questioning, because so much of what we believe is not even true. And so we can start questioning what we believe. And as we get clearer and clearer about what it is that we really, as we get clearer about how things actually work, see, there's just this wholeness. And then, oh, excuse me. Okay, we're all connected. It's like we're all cells in the body of a much larger body. And just like our bodies, when any part of our body needs something, well, I need to put my phone up and my hand moves. I know that just my hand goes to scratch it. And that's exactly how the larger body works in helping us to create whatever it is we choose. We have to simply become aligned with it, and we have to understand how that process works and work with that process. So, if anybody that's ready to start working with the process, it's in the book. And also, I will be starting a coaching session next week, a group coaching session, to help you work through the process of creating whatever it is you choose to create in your life. And I think everybody's got one of my cards, so maybe I'll just tell you a little bit more. Yes?
As a recap, what were those 7 steps?
Okay, yeah, the first step is clarity. It's getting clear about what it is we really want. Because what happens is that let me go into that a little bit more. First step is getting really clear about what we really want, and because
May I interrupt?
Sure.
They put it on mine, but they took it off.
If you have something on your check which you did not receive,